Hey, it's Mike Lincolnoker, and welcome to the Coach and Mike Friends podcast. The podcast is a place full of real conversations with real people and real experiences. As I sit down with others, there's going to be no script, no filter. Whether we're talking about life, sports, win, losses, or lessons learned, there won't be perfect answers, just honest conversations and a few laughs along the way. So sit back, get ready to hear a story or two, settle in, and let's get into it. This is this week's episode of the Coach Mike and Friends podcast. Good morning, happy Wednesday to you, or whenever you're watching this. You'll see in the next video that I should have already posted, but I decided not to. And then, I said this morning I'm driving to work, got a long day ahead. I said I'm going to post this. And just sit back, enjoy it. Maybe you're going through some stuff I am. Maybe people in your life that you have, some of them might be a selfish butthole, or other things might grind your gears. I hope you enjoy. Hope you've had a great week. The one big thing I got this morning was that, high school football started on Monday. And then, college is about to start this week, and NFL just started last week. But this morning, just walking through the grass gave me that dewy, feeling. It had a little bit of the smell of fresh, cut grass on a football hot day. So enjoy what I got to say. Hope you love it. And as always, Coach Mike loves you. Peace. See ya. So I'm going to take a deep dive, and I'm going to make a quick podcast today. Don't know why. I just got some things to share. And I shared something last week. I shared something today on TikTok. And I'm like, you know what? Let's put a podcast up. So I'm going to put those two videos up. And I'm going to take another video about what's really getting on my mind of grinding gears and in my thoughts and everything. Have at it. We'll see. So enjoy these videos coming up. Coach Mike loves you. The podcast is still sticking. It's just I'm trying to figure out things and making them good. And I thought I was doing that, and I failed. And listen, Coach Mike just doesn't fail, not try to fix stuff. Might be a little behind, but we're going to get it figured out. At least we'll have something about football season. So, Coach Mike loves you. Hope you've watched this today or tomorrow, whenever. Peace. Hey, good morning. Happy Tuesday to you. I got a little something that's just been on my mind that I need to share. As one of my favorite bands and one of my favorite songs of all time, Taking It Easy by the Eagles. My little version of this goes like this. Heading down the road, trying to loosen my load. I got a whole lot on my mind. And what you do. And I got this quote that's just been on me. And that quote says this. You worry too much for someone that always figures it out. Every single time. And I feel like I'm not the only one that needs to hear that. A lot of us always have our plate full, like we're going at a Golden Corral or something, or a Chinese buffet. And that, myself, it does get figured out. And I do worry a lot. And it does happen with a lot of luck and a lot of prayer and a lot of getting it done in the moment or the next day, making sure everything's all right. And again, I don't normally like pat myself on the back. But that quote made me want to pat myself on the back. But then I saw that quote and I reflected back that's something that's been living rent-free in my head to what my wife said. We had some things going on. And she said, always, you figure it out. I love you and I appreciate that you get that done. Again, that slipped rent-free in my head. And not that she doesn't say nice things all the time. But, folks, it's always nice to hear that from someone that you love. And so I just wanted to share that. Be like, if you get scrolled up on this, you probably did it for a reason. And that you needed to hear this too. And at the end of the day, just like the quote says, you worry too much for someone that figures it out every single time. So have a good Tuesday. Coach Mike loves you. Peace. Hey. Hey, I hope you've had a wonderful week. It's not been bad, not been bad at all. Especially with all of life's commotions and emotions. I just got one thing on my chest from today, and you're going to hear it. I wish some people would simply quit being selfish buttholes. You heard me. Selfish buttholes. Let me tell you one more time. Because, third time's a charm. Absolutely, positively, quit being a selfish butthole. Because everything ain't about you. To the great Peter Griffin, as he says, you know what grinds my gears? That's it right there. Selfish buttholes. Let's have a great rest of the week and a great weekend. All right? Coach Mike out. Peace. Love you. Even the selfish buttholes. After you've gotten some Coach Mike wisdoms there, let's enjoy these beautiful 4th of July fireworks. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you see this video, it's Saturday, and happy Saturday to you. I thought I would take the time to share, I'm driving on my way up here to the hometown of Fayetteville, WV, and I just had my mind on some things. And here's a couple of those things. You yourself, but a lot of people, burn some bridges. Absolutely burn them. And those bridges, most of the time, are hard to build back up. I'm going to use this analogy, and please, if you know me, you're going to think it's funny, but it is funny and a little bit serious. Just like our state government, we do not sometimes want to fix holes. We don't want to fix, especially, we have that big thing where we don't want to fix bridges, even though our governor just put some money into it, but that's the first time I've heard that in quite some time. But us ourselves, sometimes we don't want to supply that money, meaning our emotion, our time, our effort, anything to fix that bridge, because sometimes it's just not what's needed. Sometimes it takes a supply of 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years, maybe just a year, to fix that bridge. Now, I've been in a lot of, bidding and a little bit of a middleman between, getting supplies for people. And again, take the analogy as it is. So my point is this. Sometimes it's 1,000% okay to never put any money, any supply back into that bridge. And I think we, as people, should be okay with that. Because sadly, I'm starting to figure that out the hard way. The way that I never have deemed to be. But man, it's put a lot of relaxation on my heart. So, an overview of what I just said. Sometimes it's okay to not fix any bridges because those were actually meant to be broken down and either take a very long time to build back or never be looked at again. Again, happy Saturday. Hope you're having a grand of a day. Coach Mike loves you. Peace! So I got taken that video and I got distracted with some family evening time, and I'm going to kind of go on further with it. Because I saw a quote that got me this morning. And this is how I'm going to end this conversation. And this is how we're going to end this podcast. The quote was this. Sometimes people think that since you're such a good swimmer, you're never going to drown. Really? What does that mean, Coach Mike? That sometimes people think that you're such a good swimmer, keeping your emotions in, being there for everybody, handling everyday life like a pro, that they think you're the best swimmer in the world, that you have you could win a Olympic gold in that field of swimming like that. At the end of the day, it's not that simple, unfortunately. Where I was trying to get my point across the other day with everything, that well, yesterday was the other day, that we really, as people, have to check in on everybody. I don't care if you think this person is the strongest person you know. Just reach out and say, man, hey girl, how you doing? Like, it's not that hard. It's pretty simple, actually, if we're being honest. A daily check-in or a weekly check-in. See how people are. I just feel like we just got to do better about that for ourselves. For us, for people we love, care about, for our community. Check in with people higher up. Just know that you're there supporting them. And it's just simple as that. Quote again. Sometimes people think you are the best swimmer in the whole world, but they don't realize you're drowning. Take that into effect. Preach it, believe it, hold into it, everything else. Because I thought moi, could be that swimmer. And I've realized recently that I was drowning. And it just wasn't that good. It wasn't fun, it wasn't great. And I'm still drowning just a little bit, but not to the extent it was. So that's the review of that. And hopefully you get something from it. So I'm going to end everything like this. And I hope you take it seriously. Is that quit being buttholes. Quit being a selfish butthole. Simple as that. And if you think I'm calling you out, whoever might see this, I hope you know I'm probably calling you out. Or somebody in the universe is calling you out and you're seeing it. Start being there for people. Start showing up to the birthday parties that you don't want to show up to. Start seeing if you can bring lunch to your aunt that you haven't seen in like 3 years. Just start doing those little things. And lastly, if you seriously think somebody is drowning in emotions and in, heartache and in, feels like, and you just got that vibe that they're drowning and they've only got like a little straw that's breathing up through water. That's all they got. Check in on your people like that, man. Do it. It would mean the world to them, even if they say no. Oh, I'm fine. I'm okay. No, push it out of them. Get them to talk to you. But even if they don't talk to you, at least they have an idea that somebody is on their mind and they're looking after them. So, I'm going to put this out later today. It's on Sunday. And I hope y'all have a great week. Coach Mike loves you. And the podcast is going to get back. I just got to figure more technology stuff, folks. It sucks. Have a great week. Don't drown this week, okay? Peace! So I know that was a little bit of mixedy jumbled on some days and everything, where I recorded last week on a Wednesday and I did another video on a Saturday and a Sunday and just had different thoughts and opinions, and I was afraid to put it out over the weekend. And then, finally I said I'm going to do it today, like I said this morning. But I thought I'd finish out with this. In my first podcast, I'm pretty sure I talked about how every single day you should just say hello to someone that you do not know. Like today, I was at a rest area and went to use the bathroom, and a lady interacted with me first and said, "Hey, how you doing?" And then I, said same back, "Doing great. How are you today? What are you doing out here?" She had a nursing scrubs on and stuff, and she was a traveling nurse, and her and her coworker go out and help people out towards in that area of like Lewis County and Gilmer and stuff. And I thought that was awesome to get there and interact with that. That was a cool little thing. And those little things matter. Communicating with people matter. Talking with people that you don't even know matter. To get down to it, it's just that we as a society need to say hello, how are you to more people. We need to check in on more people. We need to quit communicating horribly with people. We need to quit, having discussion and not coming back into the discussion and finishing what we said and what we did.
It's a big issue, and I think that would help a whole lot of stuff that we have going on in our world, probably personally with yourself and others, and things like that. And to review back to the selfish butthole, I've seen a lot of people like that lately, and it's not cool. There's a lot of people not respecting other people's wishes, and there's not a lot of people, thinking they're all high and mighty when they're not. And it's really gotten under my skin, and it's made me grind my gears, like I said before. So, and like I said in the video, like, if you think it's you, just ask, but it's probably definitely not. But I do believe that there's probably somewhere out in the universe that it probably is for you, and I have no idea, and you just need to hear it. But yeah, I've also learned recently, again, like I said, to not burn that bridge. To not burn it, but it's okay if that bridge is burnt down, and it might not get rebuilt back. One of the things I saw years ago was from Tyler Perry, and it really has stuck to me to this day, that people come in your life like seasons sometimes, and they change. People change. People change for different. People change for good. Sometimes people change for bad, and sometimes you might not be part of that season anymore, and that's completely fine. And I've had a real difficult time with that, with people I loved and people who I care about. And sometimes you're just not meant to be part of that season anymore. And sometimes I think we need to communicate with ourselves better about that, that knowing it's okay, it's fine that happened. But at the same time, you just sit back and know that that's what's happened possibly, is that you're not part of that season with them. Maybe later on in life you go back into that with them, but just know sometimes there might not be another season anymore. But yeah, I've had a difficult time with that the last few days with that too, and along with the other stuff. I just think all that needed to be shared out. Maybe somebody needed it. Listen, that's the whole goal of this podcast. And, I had like an hour, almost hour and 15 with the local Charleston Gazette, Taylor Kennedy. And it freaking went bye-bye. What I used is Riverside app, and I literally lost it all. They're trying to get it back, and it's just not there. So I'm going to try to go route the Zoom route. I might have to start paying for stuff, which is fine. I tried to do everything free, all the editing and all that and everything. Not to put money into it, but if I got to put money into it to make this a little bit successful, that's fine also. It's a hobby that I love to do, talking to people, conversate with people. And maybe I just need to start doing Facebook Lives or YouTube Lives to get more conversation. That's what I really want. I just want conversation. I want this to be like, the pawpaws and the uncles and the people that are, out at McDonald's drinking coffee, or people at a local gas station sitting there on the picnic table in the rocking chairs, chit-chatting about life and loving it. I want that to be a place for people like this, like to have conversation. Make comments on Facebook. Make comments in the YouTube section. Send me a message and we can discuss stuff on the phone. Just anything like that. Like, I'm open door. I'm an open book. I will conversate. I will talk about the hard stuff. I'll talk about the easy stuff. You get my opinion from me. I get your opinion from you. The biggest thing I've always told people is that I might not like your opinion, but I'm going to respect it because it's what you thought. It came from your brain. It might not be the best idea, in my opinion, but it came from you, and I'm going to respect you just as much. And we need to do more of that too. So, but I make this last quick video. Podcast is going to go, this is going to go up in just a little bit. And today's Wednesday, so hopefully you see it then or you see it whenever. I appreciate all the help, support, and just know all that stuff. I'm here to talk, anything like that. Coach Mike loves you. Y'all have a great rest of your week. Peace. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.